What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a S.W.O.R.D satellite overview here, especially now that this event has been live, and as well, tied back to Black Knight's unlock this rendition, right? So thankfully, we've seen some of the rooms now. They are the exact same as the last time S.W.O.R.D satellite was run. So in today's video, we're going to be going through the first 20 floors. I do have the teams that I use to sim the battles, so that way you guys can get a quick overview of which teams do work. And to my surprise, actually none of them failed. So hopefully this helps you guys push higher into the floors. And for your reference as well, in the last time that this event was run, I also worked on the actual full gameplay footage from floor 21 to, I believe, floor 34. I'm going to be linking everything down in the description below. So if you guys need reference for those floors going higher and beyond, that's definitely going to be the game plan here. But I do have the full gameplay footage. But for today's video, we're just going to keep it quick, short and sweet. So that way we can blitz through essentially the first 20 floors using these teams that work for myself. And again, guys, remember to claim the milestone rewards here because of the fact that this event here is going to be tied back to Black Knight's event. Obviously, getting more of these orb fragments here to unlock and potentially get better and better drops and fragments of the cold-blooded, which is an opportunity to get the Black Knight shards. So let's get right to it, starting with floor 1. We're up against a mixture here of the defenders, and they should be no issue. I just used my Black Order team that was relatively around the same level as them to get the job done. Smooth, no issues. Floor 2 consists of Ravagers here, so I figured I'd utilize the mixture and combination of X Factor combined with Baron Zemo because they have a nice speed advantage. And again, even though we punched up, easily getting the job done there. We have floor 3 here, and I saw that we were up against, again, mixture here of the Wave 1 Avengers. So figured we have this Guardians, and my Emma Frost was kind of random. We have here the Brotherhood kind of mixture here. I figured I'd use Infinity Watch just because they have immunity and they can get that blind blocked at the very beginning, which worked out well for us. This floor 5 here, a mixture of Infinity Watch with some Kree characters. So I figured Bionic Avengers due to the synergy. And again, I'm using kind of where my power levels are, but they shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. Next up, we're up against like this A-Force mixture. So I think that Invaders is still a very tanky team. If you have them, they can probably go 1-to-1, so as long as they're not up against a team that can flip, right? So that worked out pretty well there. Next up, we have this mixture of the Inhumans. So I think Young Avengers is a beautiful synergy. They can prevent the assisted attacks and so forth. Then we have this mixture here of the Dark Hunters. So I figured S.W.O.R.D team, especially what I find is that having a strong kind of like core character like Nova at gear tier 18, they can really carry a team. Next up, we have this Heroes for Hire, including Shang-Chi. So I did utilize a mixture of my Secret Avengers plus aspects of Weapon X. That seemed to got the job done here, getting us the easy win right there. But now we're up against kind of a speedier team. So sometimes when I'm not sure which team and I want to sim it, I try to mirror match as much as I can. And because we have a lot of these Weapon Masters of Evil that we're up against, we decided to use them, and thankfully did work and get the job done. We have Bionic Avengers here in floor 11. So I think a fast team like Superior 6 was a good mixture here. Again, I was kind of just looking at my roster to see what's a good 1-to-1. Especially, we're trying to maximize as much combat power as possible with the enemies that we're up against. This next one here of Hydra, figured my Pegasus team was kind of close to it. But as well, having Kestro and the speed advantage and the revives with rescue. We got Wakandans next up here. So I figured, hey, we can flip all those positives and the negatives utilizing the mixture of Eternals. This was probably overkill, but again, I was running out of teams because typically I only have around 20 good teams. We have now the Astonishing X-Men plus Gambit and a mixture of Unlimited. So I wanted to mirror match this as much as possible because we have stronger tunes. And that's what you can find success, right? Try to mirror match the rooms if you're able to, and typically you might be able to get some good RNG. Now this one, this Black Order here, because they're a boss team, you might want to be careful here, but Darkhold usually absolutely crushes, so it was a huge punch down for me, but I wanted to get the guarantee, and again, I am trying to sim through and get the majority of teams. Next up, Invaders. Bifrost can easily clean up. They're just not an issue whatsoever, especially if you have built up a Vow. That's going to be very, very meaningful. Next up, we have this Web Warriors mixture at floor 17. So utilizing the aspects of most of my Legendary Horseman teams now, Death Seed easily making work. So again, I'm just trying to match my TCP against the enemies that I'm up against too. And when I'm not sure, the mirror matches do help. So I saw this semi gamma, semi wave 1 here. Figured, you know, throwing in my gamma team will likely get the job done, and we were able to get that. So we're just completely just blitzing through this, doing the 1-to-1 matches, and as well capitalizing on it. So obviously we're getting, you know, we're dwindling in teams here. We're trying to mix and match, and my Tangled Web with Black Widow and Big Time are one of my few lasting members of my roster here, especially given the number of characters that we've utilized so far. So use this, no issues whatsoever. And finally, with the floor 20 here, I did want to play this one through, and because I was running out of characters in my roster anyways, I decided, hey, why not? Let's just do the full battle. And you may want to consider this because of the fact that if you're getting closer and closer to, you know, the end and there's some big boss drops, you may want to manually play it, and that's kind of what we walk through here. So starting things off here, we have the Secret Defenders. They absolutely made short work of this team, going ahead, rewinding. Really the big target, in my honest opinion, is Dr. Doom, aiming for him first. He's going to be the pain point, and easily cleaning that up, especially with Secret Defender just having a huge kind of ability advantage over this team. Then we followed it up with the ability block there, and as well, now it's just easy cleanup. Photon casting the blind, super smooth, and Apocalypse is just absolute overkill. And again, I do have a couple more teams, but this is the first guide here from 1 to 20. Hopefully these blitz teams can help you guys push higher and higher, but as always, like, I think this is a smooth way to get through it. If you guys need the further teams beyond floor 20, I'm gonna have that all linked below. And again, guys, do appreciate your time, but I just want to recap this once again. Make sure to always look at the total power that you're up against and utilizing, and you can even sort your roster, right, in terms of how you want to rank up and see what it compares to. If you're not sure, mirror matches are usually pretty good. And again, this was not an exhaustive list by any means of the best teams to go up against. I was really just trying to match my TCP to the opponent's TCP, and even better, if you know, like the examples I had with Bifrost and Pegasus, where my Kestrel and Val were the gear tier 18 characters and they kind of carried the rest of the team. You want to take advantage of that as much as you can, because of the fact that they're going to be that, like, the engine of the team, and can definitely punch up their weight, right? Even if your following allies do fall, usually if you have a character that's way above everybody else, as you can see on screen here, even just like one of my Secret Defender characters, you know, is double the individual combat power of the enemies that we're up against. So that's really big, right? So something to consider. But again, I'm gonna have everything linked below, guys, for your reference. Thank you for your time as always. I'll keep you guys up to date as I go higher and higher on this. Really appreciate it hearing back, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.